What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Optional Skate Days of Yours flagship hockey podcast. My name is Greg Ezel, and I am joined today by my left wing and my right wing as I center this son of a bitch, Bree Mellon and Rob Pizzuto. Bree, what side of the wing would you like?
I will take the right wing.
And how are you?
I'm okay. You?
I've had better days, but I will be fine.
Yeah.
Piz, right winger, probably a heavy shot. How are you doing?
I thought I was left wing. I thought Bree was right wing.
Left wing.
I'm right wing, man.
All right. Left wing.
That's fine.
Probably a heavy shot.
I'm doing well. Sorry to hear about your day.
It's okay. This shit happens. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the Optional Skate. This is where 3, sometimes 4 of your favorite trashy hockey blog members sit down and we talk about the Boston Bruins and everything to do about the Boston Bruins. But first, I want to talk about Patreon. Now, Days of Yore is on Patreon because we decided to come back because we missed writing about hockey, but we wanted to get paid while we did it. For years, we wrote about the Boston Bruins, and for years, we've entertained everybody in the world who has read our blog, and we want to do it full time, but to do that, we need your support. Head on over to patreon.com/daysofyore, and you can look through all of our tiers. What I believe is the money tier is the $10 tier. That's when you'll get the Optional Skate. That's when you'll get the Trash Cast days before everybody else. You'll get them on a Friday. If you pay $10 today, right now on Wednesday, you get this podcast in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you'll get the Trash Cast, which is Mommy's Little Trash Cast, pop culture podcast, and video podcast. But I've talked about Patreon a lot. What I really want to talk about is our October campaign for the Shawn Thornton Foundation. And Piz, since it was initially your idea, I will let you talk about it.
All right. So we wanted to do something to give back. So we went through a couple different charities and figuring out what we wanted to do. Then it just dawned on us. One of our favorite players, Shawn Thornton, has a charity. You know, he was such a great character in Boston. He was great to us. You know, he acknowledged us on more than one occasions. You know, we picked the Shawn Thornton Foundation. So all of the proceeds from our Patreon for the month of October will be going to the Shawn Thornton Foundation. In addition, we will be donating $50 for every goal Brad Marchand scores. This week, at the time of recording, it is, the 19th? So he didn't get any goals during the Winnipeg game. New Jersey is tomorrow, and then the Canadiens on Saturday. If he doesn't put up as many goals as we would like, then we'll look into re-upping that. But as of right now, he has 2 games to get as many goals as he can, and we will donate $50 for each one.
Absolutely. So if you just want to pitch in towards the Shawn Thornton Foundation, all you have to do, head over to patreon.com/daysofyore. Subscribe to any tier. You can become a $1 patron, $5 patron, get some stickers, $10 patron, get some podcasts and some stickers, or $25 patron, get some podcasts, get some stickers, get a bomb-ass Days of Yore t-shirt, get thanked at the end of the Optional Skate podcast, and all of it will go to Shawn Thornton and his foundation. So that'll come out November 1st. If you don't want to be a patron of ours after November 1st, just cancel. It's fine. Just make sure that you are charged from Patreon for October so we can give that money to the Shawn Thornton Foundation and just, even if it's a little bit, hopefully knock out Parkinson's disease and cancer. And really, that's what we want to do. So that is our giving back to the community because we love Shawn Thornton. We love his foundation. And we believe that cancer should go die in a fire. If you don't subscribe to us, if you are not one of our patrons, that's okay. You can head over to soundcloud.com/daysofyore where we will post all of the Optional Skate audio. We will post all of the Trashcast audio. Or you can visit iTunes and Google Play or all your other major podcasting services around the globe. Also head over to youtube.com/daysofyore. We will also post audio there. So you can literally find this anywhere. Anywhere. Anything that I've missed.
Nope, sounds pretty good to me.
So for everyone listening out there, it is Wednesday the 19th. So by the time you listen to this, it will already be a week later. But the Boston Bruins so far, 2-1 on the season. They beat Columbus. They shit their pants against Toronto. And they thoroughly destroyed the Jets, I believe.
Yep, absolutely. I would concur.
Which I was shocked because I thought that the young kids of Winnipeg were gonna were gonna really fly around, but it didn't look that way to me.
No, I knew that they weren't going to be. I don't know. I knew it was going to be. I thought it was going to be closer. I thought they sucked equally as much. But I knew that eventually the Jets would lose because they suck. So
being a Jets fan,
yep.
You of all people would know.
I'm the worst kind of Jets fan, to be quite honest. Everybody always bitches. They're like, oh, you're so hard on the management. You're so hard on the team. And I'm like, fuck that shit. There are a bunch of garbage dumpster fires out there skating around like assholes. Play hockey and I might like you more.
That's okay. Most people consider us the worst kind of Bruins fans, too, so...
I was going to say, that sounds oddly familiar.
Right?
What has impressed you guys so far in these 3 games from the Bruins?
What has impressed me? I am unsure, actually. David Pastrnak. But then I think I was impressed with him to begin with. So I don't know if that's really something new that's impressed me, or if that's just, oh yeah, that guy's really good. That's definitely one thing that has impressed me.
I got to go with two here. One is Pastrnak, because I was very much not on the Pastrnak train. I was on a low carb diet. I was not into the pasta at all. But with his what is it, 4 goals at this point? 4 goals, 6 points, yep. I think. Yeah, he's impressed me. And the other one is that Brad Marchand has continued to not play like a complete shitheel and has actually used his talent. Anybody who knows me knows that I have taken a long time to warm up to Marchand. I hated him for the longest time, but he's starting to win me over with this play as of late, as of last season and so far.
I think my biggest impressions, something that has impressed me the most, has been the Bruins defense. Now, when we came into this season, we believed that the Bruins defense was going to be an absolute dumpster fire.
Yep.
An absolute just fucking mess. And what happened in the first game was we saw Brandon Carlo, Rob O'Gara. Everyone knows that I have a throbbing heart-on for Brandon Carlo. I've been talking about him all season. I wrote a post about him saying that Brandon Carlo needs to be on this roster. Like, I was pushing Brandon Carlo so much that I could possibly be his Flavor Flav. I was his hype man in this offseason. And I think the kid's going to be something special. And what we saw in the first game was those 2 young kids, I think a little nervous, but as the game went on, played very meaningful minutes. And I think Carlo has carried that throughout the first 3 games. And I think he punctuated his spot on this team with his performance against Winnipeg. Not just scoring the goal, but he's doing everything right. Now, that could be because he's playing with Chara. Because although Chara has lost a step, I think Chara still commands the respect of the opposition,
mm-hmm.
and that could mask what he does a little bit. But overall, I think the Bruins defense, outside of Toronto, and granted, I think that was something different that we'll talk about a little later because of the goaltending last minute and whatnot, but outside of Toronto, I think the defense has been really good, and I hope that Adam McQuaid and Kevin Miller fall off the face of the earth. Now, I don't hope they die, and I don't hope that they lose their job, but maybe just disappear so these young kids can keep playing, because unfortunately I think once McQuaid comes back and once Miller comes back, O'Gara's gone. I think that's a definite, and I think Carlo, I don't think he's going to be in the role that he's in right now.
No.
And I think that's a damn shame because he has played really well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I absolutely love first, and I talked about this when I recapped the Winnipeg game, but his first goal made me so freaking happy. Oh my God. Such an awesome moment for that kid. I love hockey first. It's a thing. Whatever.
Yeah, with regards to Miller and McQuaid, I know that Carlo and O'Gara and even Colin Miller, they're going to mess up. I mean, they're young, they're inexperienced, they're going to screw up. But Kevin Miller and McQuaid are also going to fuck up, and at least with the young kids, they're working towards something.
Yeah.
With Kevin Miller and Adam McQuaid, it's just like, are we really going to consider them like the future of this defense? They're already like what, almost. I think McQuaid's 30 and Miller's close to it, and they're not. They've hit their ceiling. McQuaid and Kevin Miller. They're as good as they're going to be, and it's not that good. You know, the young kids are only going to improve, I think. Yeah, I don't want them to come back.
No, I'm pretty okay without them.
Yeah, I don't either, but unfortunately, I think they are. Adam McQuaid was skating today. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Fuck my face. Yeah. Fuck my face. What hasn't impressed you?
The second, where the fuck is David Krejci? Have we found him yet?
No.
He's gone missing.
Oh, I know where he is. He's on the ice. We can't see him.
No, he's like the invisible man. That entire line in the Winnipeg game was gone. I have no idea where they were. Spooner had some shots, I think, at some point, but no, for the most part, they've just gone MIA. We need to send out the search team to go get them from wherever they're hiding.
I tell you who's disappointing me is that fucking Jimmy Hayes kid. Oh my god, BC boy should be lighting it up. Where is he?
I so have a Jimmy Hayes rant on my chest, and I will at some point. Get it out, but this is not this time.
In seriousness though, I think Krug has been pretty invisible. He hasn't really done anything necessarily awful, but he hasn't really done anything that really jumped out at me personally, at least. I don't know if you guys can prove me wrong here, but he just sort of it's there. I've heard more out of John Michael Lyles than I've heard out of Krug.
I think, judging by the fact that when you said I think Krug has gone missing, I kind of went, oh yeah, Krug is a thing. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
My biggest disappointment is the second line. The whole second line of Spooner, Krejci, and Heinen. Is that his last name, Heinen?
Yeah, Heinen.
Because you know me and hockey names. We are wonderful.
You're good on that one.
Yeah, we're okay. So David Krejci has been invisible. Now, I'm not sure if David Krejci is the type of player who needs good players around him, and this is going to sound kind of dumb, who needs good players around him to make him good. Because if you look at Patrice Bergeron is the type of guy that can take average players around him and make them great. You can make the case that it was Patrice Bergeron that kind of fostered what we've seen out of Brad Marchand so far, because under his tutelage, if you will, he has grown into this potential 40-goal scorer and, lighting it up at the World Cup of Hockey. And no matter who was on his off wing, Tyler Seguin, Louis Eriksson for a little bit, fucking Riley Smith, Patrice Bergeron has made them look useful. Not the same with David Krejci. Louis Eriksson worked out, I think. I think Louis Eriksson not being on this team is kind of stupid, but that's a whole different story. But Spooner not working at all, especially at the wing. Heinen, you're going to put a rookie with him. Why isn't Matt Bolesky at least with him? I thought Bolesky did a good job when he was with David Krejci last year, and to not have, even if it's Spooner, Krejci, Bolesky, you still have that kind of power forward that David Krejci seems like he needs every year, and he's not getting it. So that whole line has been a ghost.
Yeah.
Outside of the Backus, Marchand, Pasternak line, the best line on the ice has been the fourth line consistent.
They've been pretty fantastic, and that's actually a big surprise for me. How much I actually like Dominic Moore is kind of a surprise for me as well. In the last game, I was like, what is happening here? I'm having all these happy feelings about Dominic freaking Moore. But that's what I was going through. And then he got his goal, and I was happy about the goal. I like firsts.
Yes, I've been very not upset, but I've been very shocked at how bad David Krejci has looked, especially when you look at how much he's making. And that he's probably, and I'm not looking at anything online, but I'm going to throw it off the top of my head, probably the third highest paid player on the team this year, at $7.25 million, and he just doesn't look like he is even on the ice. He doesn't look like he's doing anything, and hopefully when Bergeron comes back and Backus moves down to the right wing, that changes.
Yeah, Backus is the type of player I think that Krejci needs, so I'm hoping that they get some chemistry going. I don't know. I know Backus has played right wing quite a bit, but I know wasn't there some talk that he thought he was playing center when he came here, and so I hope that doesn't end up affecting anything. But I think Krejci and Backus could be a much improved combo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Do too. And I think that the only way David Backus continues to play center is if David Krejci isn't on this team, because David Krejci's not good enough to play wing. His shot isn't heavy enough to play wing. And if you put Patrice Bergeron at wing, you should be fired. You should.
Into the sun.
They should load Claude Julien into a cannon and fucking shoot him into that fiery gaseous fucking thing that gives us life. Because that is a fireable offense in my eyes. And there aren't many where I would be like, you're out of here. But Patrice Bergeron on the wing, get the fuck out. You've lost it. You're done. I'm done with you.
Yep.
Also, I'm really, really excited to see a Marchand Bergeron Pasternak line. I'm really excited for that.
So, everyone listening to this, the game will have happened, but the game tonight, Bergeron is coming back. The game tomorrow night, against the Devils. Bergeron is coming back, so the Bergeron Pasternak Marchand line will be a thing. Oh, and we will get to watch it, and it will be amazeballs. 3 games into the season, 2-1-0. Is this where you thought they would be 3 games into the season?
Yep. Given who they were playing, I was expecting no more than 1 loss, and they're at 1 loss. So, yeah, this is pretty much where I thought they would be. I was hoping for 3-0, but I knew that was foolishly optimistic with this defense, though, like you said, it hasn't been nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be.
I think pretty much they're at where I thought they were going to be. I had thought, though, if they were going to lose the game, it was going to be the first one. I thought for sure that they would come out and be kind of hesitant and they'd lose the first game and then win this next 2. I didn't see them completely shitting all of the beds versus Toronto. That was like, what the hell's going on with you people?
I never would have guessed that they would have lost to Toronto. What I would have thought they would lose the first game to Columbus, only because Columbus kind of has that lineup where you look at it and you're like, oh, they might be legit. Mm-hmm. But then you look at who's coaching them, and you realize that they're just going to be fucking shit again. Because John Tortorella is shit. And is still riding a Stanley Cup win in 2004 to somehow getting a job.
Yep.
Still, I don't get it. Don't get it.
Definitely would not want him for the coach of any of my teams.
Oh my God, if he was the coach of the Bruins...
Oh, could you imagine?
I couldn't. Oh. First off, Daisy O would be an even bigger dumpster fire than it already is.
It would be a lot of fun, though.
It would. Oh my God.
It would, though.
I would like to hear the Tortorella Haggerty interactions. I think that would be fun. Haggerty might be the new Brooksy.
I didn't even think of that. That would be golden. Oh my God.
Yeah, that might be fun. But it's, so I didn't think that they would shit their pants versus Toronto. And I did think the Jets were a winnable game. I'm sorry to say, Bree.
No, I knew, like I said, they're going to suck.
Yeah, I just don't think the Jets are a good team right now, but they have such a loaded young group that in a couple of years they're going to be legit.
Potentially. I think one of the issues with the Jets and their games that they're playing right now is that they don't know what the fuck a defense is, and they haven't solved their Trouba problem. So. True.
Hockey pun. Okay, anything else about what has happened so far in this 2-1-0 start? Kevin Miller, Adam McQuaid, do you miss these guys?
I think we made that pretty fucking clear earlier.
Hey, I'm just...
Hell no.
I'm just going right down the outline. Fuck both those guys. Yeah. I hope they never see the ice again. And if they do see the ice, I hope they're wearing a different jersey as they do. Let's talk about our Prince Pretty, Mr. Perfect, Patrice Bergeron. Do you feel that in the first 3 games, his injury impacted the team to a large degree?
I don't think we can. I mean, they're 2-1 with a really young defense and really a young team overall for the Bruins. A young team. I can't really complain with where we're at right now, but I think that him being on the ice could only have made the team better. Possibly 3-0. I'm not going to say that, but his offense, he would definitely be a big help. But I think the defensive component of his game, they might miss more. Maybe he'd help fill in some of the holes that are left by the young D. So yeah, I think they miss him.
I remember reading. Oh my God, I think it was after the Toronto game. They asked Claude if he missed Patrice Bergeron or where he missed Patrice Bergeron, and he said everywhere. And I think in that game that was very, very true. Who knows? I mean, if he was there, could have been a different outcome for them. But in the last game, in the last game, I was kind of like, they might be okay without him. So if he gets injured again, I'm not as scared, I guess.
I think the only area he was missed was on David Krejci's line because David Krejci doesn't have David Backes. Other than that,
Yeah.
I did not expect the debut of the Backes, Marchand, Pasternak line. Did not expect that at all. 6 goals. Marchand had 5 points. Like I never would have guessed because I spent my summer shitting all over the David Backes contract.
Yep.
And I still, this season, I may be wrong, but I'm still holding on that down the line it's not going to go well. However, that doesn't matter. None of that matters right now. He's playing really well, and I think the only person that misses Patrice Bergeron is David Krejci because David Krejci now has a center who should be a center who's playing wing and a rookie. And yeah, I mean, I think if it was a long-term injury, yes, the Bruins would be fucked. I really do because I don't think you can get that type of sustainability from the Backes line. And I don't think the Krejci line is good enough where they could supplement some of the stuff that the Backes line would lose. And the third line has been non-existent. Fucking non-existent. I kind of forget that there is a third line at this point.
Yeah,
It's
actually.
just-
No, I'm with
Are you kidding me? Jimmy Hayes and fucking Bolesky and fucking all of you.
Nash.
Riley Nash.
Oh, yeah, Riley Nash.
Fucking
I was just trying to figure out who the
fucking
third
all
one
of
was.
you. Me too. That's why I just said all of you. Because they're so useless right now that I didn't even know who the fucking center was, and I've watched all 3 games. They're just, oh my god. So the second and third lines have been garbage. First line has obviously been the cock of the walk, and it's been the fourth line really that has come in and put themselves behind the first line as someone that you can rely on consistently. And that's not a good thing because you shouldn't have to rely on your fourth line to give you, legit minutes to try and fend off fucking maybe the opposition's first line, maybe their second line due to the last line change.
How happy do you think that makes Claude, though?
Oh, I put on Twitter the other day that Klob has a throbbing fribble in his pants whenever he sees the fourth line just go absolutely bananas. And I didn't get the Dominic Moore signing. I thought it was pretty stupid at the time. And this goes to show you how bad of a GM I probably would be. But it is right now, 3 games into it, it's paying off. And he's playing well.
Yeah.
So maybe
I kind of always liked him, but more so because of his story, his big comeback and everything. And then he signed with the Bruins, and I went, "Oh no, I like your story. I don't like you.
Yeah, right.
You can fuck off." I mean, I like the whole your wife died and you took a break, and that's a heartwarming story. But get the fuck off my team. Simply it. Take your story and go. Yeah. But now I'm kind of like, I kind of like this kid. And I say kid because I think he's younger than me. No, is he older than me? I don't know. I kept calling him Papa Smurf in my brain, so I just have him pegged as older than me.
He is 36 years old. He is older than you. Yeah.
Yep, he is older than me.
So you can still call him a kid. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'll stick with my Papa Smurf that I started in the recap. I don't know. For some reason, I just called him Papa Smurf in the recap. So now in my brain, when I think Dominic Moore, I go Papa frickin' Smurf. It's a thing.
You guys holding out hope that Don Sweeney's going to do something with this defense?
Hope is all we have.
Yep. I think as we've talked, though, the defense hasn't been as bad as I think we all assumed it would be. So if he does something about it, awesome. As long as it's not like the wrong thing, because that could be a detriment too.
Oh, for
if he
sure.
goes out there and goes all crazy and does the absolute fucking wrong thing. But yeah, I think I'm pretty okay-ish with the defense until McQuaid and Miller come back, that is.
Yeah, so they've done good over 3 games.
Yeah.
I wonder, with the inexperience, how well that will translate to, like, the middle of the season once we get into, like, January, February. I wonder how they'll be. I wouldn't mind a little reinforcement. Again, though, Sweeney, who knows what he will consider that to be. I would like him to still do something as long as it doesn't affect any of our core young players and isn't a detriment. As long as he doesn't go get another like Kevin Miller, then yeah.
Oh,
which he might.
Jesus Christ! Imagine
Oh, gross. That's so gross.
Let's talk Tuukka Rask. So, I went on this epic rant about Tuukka Rask, and the notion that people in Boston believe he should play through injury. So I'm going to retell the tale of what I was talking about. So everyone knows last year what happened at the end of the year. Tuukka Rask got sick, shit in his pants, didn't play. People were like, Tuukka Rask is a bitch. Tuukka Rask can't fucking play. Tuukka Rask isn't worth the money that he makes. Tuukka Rask should be playing. He makes $7 million a year. It doesn't matter if he shit in his pants. It doesn't matter if he lost his leg. It doesn't matter if his fucking children died. He should be playing no matter what. Like, this is literally what people in Boston believe. That if you are a star athlete, nothing you can do, nothing that can happen to you should keep you off the field. And I have a big fucking problem with this. And my biggest problem is, number one, for a goaltender, you want someone who is at peak health. This is the last game of the season. This could be the third game of the season. Or second game of the season, as the situation was against Toronto. So you want them at peak health. Unlike the rest of the positions on the ice, it can be argued that the goalie is the most important position. Because we've seen good teams in the past die by their goaltending. Just absolutely implode with shitty goaltending. So to have a goaltender play at 50 or 60 or 70% of their health is an unbelievable disservice to the team. Because goaltending relies on quickness, it relies on angles, and it relies on positioning. And if you're a step slower, that makes you look bad. It makes you a step slower to make the save. It makes you basically a shell of what you are. So leaving Tuukka Rask in at the bringing him in for the second game after he got hurt in the first game, and it was obvious because he started, stretching his leg and whatnot. Bringing him in does two things. One, it puts your team at risk. Two, he could fucking re-injure himself, and it could be worse. Mm-hmm. And I think my biggest problem with the people of Boston, the blue-collar mentality, is if you're sick, if you're any of us, the three of us, or if you make $7 a week or you make $7 million a week, if you're sick, you don't go to work. And a goaltender with the runs make sure you are run out of the playoffs. It is just, it doesn't make sense. And it pisses me off because Boston especially does it in every fucking sport. It's not just Tuukka Rask. It happened back in the day when the Patriots had Michael Bishop. There was like the let Michael Bishop play fucking movement. It's happened with Tuukka Rask. It's happened with Anton Hudobin. It's happened with fucking guys like Steve Shields. It's happened with Chad Johnson. Like, if you're the backup goalie and you can have a save percentage of like 9-10, fucking people want you to play. And then they get pissed when the backup plays and, for a figure of speech, shits his pants.
Yes.
Yeah, I 200% agree. It's not playing through the sniffles, like something like that. Like I think I said something back when it happened, like he can't close up his 5-hole if he's leaking from his A-hole or something like that. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. There are just certain things that I would not expect anybody to play through, and something like that's one of them. Like, Christ, I can't even go for a walk. I can barely walk from my desk to the bathroom if something like that's happening to me, let alone going cross crease or anything like that. So I don't get the mentality. I don't get it one bit. It sucked that it happened. It was shitty that it happened when it did. But it's not like they were in the best position anyways, and I think not playing them gave them a better chance of winning that game, which they fucking blew it anyways. But
Yeah, I always go, when you think of things like the flu and all that like diarrhea-related shit, literal shit, that shit is transmissible to other people. So do you want to infect your entire team or other members of your team so you can have your precious goaltender in goal shitting his face off in between periods? I don't think that's a smart tactic, really. I'm always like, yeah, you can go down a game with your backup just so that you don't end up spreading, like, I don't know, some kind of SARS black plague to the rest of your team. Doesn't make sense to me.
If you don't like Tuukka Rask because you believe he gives up soft goals, I can fuck with that because sometimes he does. Like the first goal in Columbus, you watched it and you were like, dude, you got to be better than that. But to knock him because he's either hurt or he's sick is just, it's stupid. Because there are people who get the sniffles and don't go to work. Because they don't feel well, they're not going to go to work. But if the $7 million goalie doesn't do it, it's different. And I think that's what irritates me the most about the city of Boston when it comes to not only their athletes, but it seems like Tuukka Rask bears the brunt of it more than anyone else. That has been a quick recap of the first week of the Boston Bruins season. Now, before you guys go, I want to play a game that we will do periodically that I like to call 3 up, 3 down. Okay?
Okay.
Give me 3 Boston Bruins that you believe are trending up and will trend up until the next time that we all speak.
Okay. 3 that are trending up. I'm going to go
Yes.
Brandon Carlo. I'm going to say, what the hell is his name even? Schaller? That's
Tim
him.
Schaller?
See, that's the one name.
I think
if they keep him, he has a chance to do some good stuff. I saw some things I liked. And then I'm going to be super obvious, and I'm going to say, no, you know what? I'm going to say Ryan Spooner. I have a feel.
Really?
I have a feel I'm going to actually recognize that he is actually on the team in the next couple games. Potentially. I could be wrong.
What about you, Rob?
I'm going to go with Backes. I think as much crap as we give him, I think Krejci is going to be a good fit for him. So Backes. I'm going to say Zdeno Chara. I think he is going to prove some haters wrong, at least in the early parts of this season. I do. So I'm going to say Chara, and then I gotta go with an obvious one and give it to Pasternak. How can I not with how he's been playing?
Yeah, I was going to say him, but I was like,
Yeah.
So my first is going to be Tuukka Rask. I believe that Tuukka Rask is going to continue playing really well over the next couple weeks. And just quickly looking at the schedule, it doesn't look like it's going to be a barn burner. They have the home opener against the Devils. I know they play Montreal, but I don't know if Montreal is the same team that we all remember Montreal to be. They have Minnesota, who is just, it's fucking Minnesota. They have Detroit, who is in flux over the past couple years. You know, they're trying to get a youth movement going on. I think Tuukka Rask is really going to have a couple solid weeks. Number 2 is going to be David Pasternak, and I know that's kind of a cheesy thing to say, but I think he's going to continue his, maybe not score almost a goal a game, but I think he's going to continue to play well, that even if he's not on the score sheet, you'll know that he was there. And my last one is going to be Dominic Moore, because I think Dominic Moore is going to continue to anchor that fourth line. As much as it pains me to say that the fourth line is going to be important, and that it is important, it has shown that it's been important the past 3 games, because your second and third lines haven't been there.
Mm-hmm.
Have not been there. 3 down. Give me 3 guys who are trending down.
I'm going to go for my first one. I'm going to say Spooner. Sorry, Bree, but I don't see much coming from him. I think, I don't know, I just have this bad feeling about Spooner.
Oh.
And I want him to be good. I want him to do well. I really do, but I don't think he will. Torrey Krug's another one. I think he's going to be pretty quiet for a while. I think he's going to have a really good second half of the season, but I just feel like he's going to be pretty silent for the opening parts. Third one, can I say Jimmy Hayes, or is that too obvious?
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say Hayes. He's going to be the target of everybody this year, and he's going to continue to be so for the whole year. I think he's going to be Chris Kelly this year. Later years, Chris Kelly on the Bruins.
My 3, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to be obvious and say Jimmy Hayes. I don't like him. Just something.
Poor Jimmy.
I think he's going to continue to get worse. It is what it is. Whatever. Torrey Krug, potentially. I don't think I even recognize him when he's on the ice anymore because he's tiny and he goes like I find a lot of the players. I'm actually looking at the lineups now on my other screen and I'm like, didn't see him last game, didn't see them last game. Who the hell is that? Which is really sad. Really, it's literally the top line, the fourth line, and then nobody fucking else.
Yeah.
So
that's all it's been. That's all it's been.
I'm gonna say that this. I said 2 already, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So my third is I'm gonna go this Danton Heinen character.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. Exactly,
yeah,
right?
Poor kid.
I didn't even know what his fucking face looked like. I was looking because I made a Photoshop for my last recap, and I was like, "Who the hell is this kid? Where did he? He's got blonde hair, you guys. I didn't even know that."
I didn't even know he had hair.
Yeah.
Poor Danton Heinen. Number 1, David Krejci. I don't until he shows that he's even there. I'm not even gonna deal with him. Fuck David Krejci. I don't even think he should be on this team because I don't think he's worth the contract that he has, especially given how long it is. Number 2, Jimmy Hayes. Really, like, he has joined Kevin Miller in the Honorable Jordan Caron Hall of Whipping Boys. And I think it's kind of unfair that he's become Boston's whipping boy because if you look at him, he's just the third line player who makes like $2 million a year and will be a unrestricted free agent at the end of next year. But he's bad. He's bad. There's nothing I can say about that. That's true. He's bad. He's a bad fucking player on this team right now. And the third one is Matt Pileski. Matt Pileski, where have you been, bro? I don't know if it's just because Riley Nash is in the middle of him. I forgot his name again. That is how bad Riley Nash has been. I forgot his name again. But I don't know if it's just because it's Riley Nash. He's playing with Riley Nash and Jimmy Hayes. I don't know if that would change if he played with like Krejci and Backus. It probably would because those two are demonstrably better than his line mates right now. But yeah, I think those three guys, in my eyes, are the 3 players trending down on these Boston Bruins. Yeah. So that
was good. I like that game.
Oh yeah, we will play that a lot. Because I think it's a good one. I think that's going to be it for this podcast. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Only 3 games. I mean, it's kind of hard to really go on.
Right. So, if you did enjoy the Optional Skate, please head over to patreon.com/DaisyYore. Throw us a couple bucks or head over to soundcloud.com/DaisyYore. Give us a follow. If you are out there and you listen to us on iTunes, please rate us. Give us a nice rating. That'd be great. Let's get to the top of those Boston Bruins podcasts. Because while there are good ones, Barely on Topic, probably one of my favorites. I think we are the best out there, and we should think that we're the best out there. You know what I mean, guys?
Yes.
We have a winning attitude.
Absolutely.
So once again, thank you so much for joining us at the Optional Skate. My name is Greg Ezel. This has been Days of Yours flagship hockey podcast, and we will see you next time where we will be joined. Should I tell them who's joining us next time?
I don't know. I like surprises.
All right. We will be joined by a very special guest that we have never had on the podcast. I will leave it at that. Goodbye.